Namaskar and welcome friends on Leo English lecture 12, and today we are going to learn the formation of active sentences. Until now in earlier lectures we have studied subject, object, verb, active, passive, neutral sentences, types of sentences, and according to those types of sentences we are going to learn today one of the types of the sentences. It is active sentences, and we are going to make active sentences using the rules and regulations and definitions we have learned until now. So right there on your screen guys, formation of active sentences. We are going to learn the formation of such sentences which are active. It means all those sentences have subject in them, and that's why they are called active sentences. And as you can see on your screen, there are two types of formulas for you for this tense, simple present tense, and they are positive and negative formulas. P stands for positive and N stands for negative. So in routine we speak both kind of sentences, like positive sentences and negative sentences as well. So we should have knowledge of both, and we should understand the formation of both kinds of sentences. So first look at positive sentence P, and how to read the formula. Formula is actually the order in which subject, object, verb are placed in a sentence in English. So first of all you put subject, then you put verb, ses plus object. So subject plus verb, ses plus object. And in negative you read the formula as subject plus do, does, do oblique does, that means do or does, either of them, plus not plus verb plus object. So this is the formula guys for just simple present tense and active simple present tense. For passive simple present tense we will learn different formula and rules regulations later on after completing the formation of active sentences. And in active sentences we will learn one by one all the 12 tenses. Okay, so we learned definitions before that and try to make some sentences according to the definition, but now we are going to learn the nitty-gritty of all the tenses in active. Then we will see the passives as well. So here you can understand that positive and negative sentences are there, and there are two types of formulas there for simple present tense, and all the other tenses coming in the row. So the ses and do, does, which I have written in dark brown color. So there is a rule for that. The other subject, verb, object, we know how to identify them from a sentence, but ses and do, does has a rule. So I'm going to present the rule for that. So yes, here we have this rule for ses and do, does. So when subject is third person singular, if we have knowledge of pronouns properly, we would understand that he, she, it and names are considered at third person singular. Any third person, when we are talking, say for example I am talking with you, so we two people are talking with each other. But when we say my friend or my father or my mother or any third person, government or my school principal or whoever he or she is, then it is considered as third person singular. So whenever a subject is third person singular, in positive sentence we will put ses behind the verb, and in negative we will use does. And when subject is either I, we, you, they or any plural, then we will not put ses behind the verb, and we will use do in negative sentences of simple present tense. So guys, you can note down these things by pressing skip button, and you can note down and understand it properly. Now we have a star sign in the table behind as, es. So whether to put as or es behind the verb, we cannot put both as and es. So there is oblique sign, that means either of them should be used. But which one should be used? If at all we need to use it in third person, in the case of subject as a third person singular. So what we should do in that case? If we have a subject of I, we, you, they, or that means non third person singular, all the other pronouns apart from third person singular, then we don't need to consider the SES rule that I am going to present you at the moment. So the star sign we have, and it says if the principal verb ends with SH, CH, SOX, ES is applicable behind the verb, and for the rest of the other verbs only S is added. For example, you are given, I'm going to give you some examples as well. When we have teach as a verb, so teach finishes with CH, which is one of the 5 characters that we have written in the rule. So we will put ES in the case of third person singular subject. Go is also ends with O, so we will put ES behind it. But play and run don't end with SH, CH, SOX, and that's why I put only S behind them. So play, plays, run, runs, whereas teach, teaches, go, goes. So the pronunciation also differs, right? So guys, I'm going to move on the next page, but before I go to do that, you can note down the things that are appearing on your screen at the moment. Okay, so let's move on to the next screen, friends. So in this screen, in this section, I'm going to give you some examples which I have written using the formula and the rules that we have learned just now. So I study in standard 9th A, I don't study in standard 9th B. So here we have written the negative sentence as well using do not, but I have written in such a way that the meaning of positive sentence does not change. I study in standard 9th A, I don't study in standard 9th B, right? We cannot simultaneously use positive and negative sentences both together, right? So that's why I have written negative sentences in such a way that it does not change the meaning of positive sentence. So you can understand here in first 2 examples that if subject is non-third person singular, that means other pronouns other than third person singular, we don't use S or ES at all behind the verb study or enjoy, right? And in negative sentence we used do not. Okay, so it is now clear that the next 2 examples, number 3 and 4, will be of subject as a third person singular. So here we have third example, Ganesh fights the devil, Ganesh does not forgive the devil, right? So here Ganesh is third person singular, and that's why I put S behind the verb fight, so Ganesh fights, right? And in negative sentence, Ganesh does not forgive the devil, because the meaning should not change. That's why I changed the verb fight and put forgive instead of fight. So Ganesh does not forgive. In negative sentences, there is no question of putting S or ES behind the verb at all. Let's look at the 4th example as well. My friend, as I said earlier, my friend is a third person singular, and that's why I put my friend lives in my town, my friend does not live in my colony, right? So here we have 4 examples indicating third person singular and non-third person singular verbs. You can write down as many as sentences, 50, 70, 80, 100 I would say, and try to make such sentences and try to use SES or non-SES, I mean subjects as third person singular or non-third person singular, so you can understand and try to speak as well. You can practice speaking as well, so and see what mistakes you make and try to understand and figure out your strength and weaknesses, guys. So I hope this lecture will be really important for you guys. Make notes of all the things that we learn every day, and don't skip any lecture, don't miss any update. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe our channel. It will support us as well, and it will help you to learn new things in easy way every day. So guys, don't forget to write as many as words as possible. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you very much.